Got an interesting request. Jamaal Wilkes versus Paul Pierce. Wow. You know, I think I seen a top 20 poll and Pierce was like 13 and Jamaal was 20. But a lot of it is also because Jamaal Wilkes is two things. Because I have to always give a caveat and put a exclamation at this. Jamaal Wilkes was a rookie of the year with the Golden State Warriors, but they're not the same kind. When they won that chip in 75, not the same kind of Warriors that you saw with Klay Thompson them, okay? So let's put that caveat there to put that to perspective. Different structure, different strategy. But he was a strong two-way player. When he got traded to the Lakers, he fit in really good with Magic Kareem, or first start with Norm Nixon and them, and then with Byron Scott and them and James Worthy. He fit in really good. He was one of those guys that he understood his role, and he was known as Jamal Silky was because he had a smooth shot. His shot was actually the polar opposite of what you see with Sean Marion with that hurdle, that hot ball shot. But Jamal was nice with it. It's just that injuries cut him in his peak in his prime, or he might be higher ranked. Now, when I did this, ask this, and all due respect to Land of Basketball, because I go on the website and I do have to. Well, when I'm going numbers and accuracy, because I can go by the eyeball test about who I think, who I feel, who I prefer, but then I go to numbers. And the numbers crunch is a trip because Jamal's defense, he was a better defender. But because I think with the 3-point shooting and other things, Pierce scored more and was around longer. I think that's one of the add-ons. But if I was to put them in totality based on the eyeball test, Pierce was more of a leader, so he's going to get the edge in that regard. But if I'm going by based on their talent and what moved me more, I think Jamaal Wilkes, if he's healthy and everything is lined up properly, I take Jamaal over him because Jamaal Wilkes could do it both ways and he had a distinctive flair. It's just that his injuries cost him. So Pierce, to me, is beating him, but it would be a lot closer if Jamaal Wilkes was healthy. And if you put the 3-point line and the modern metrics of everything, it's not that far off. Because certain things they did were very, I think it was with steals. They were dead heap. You know, now points is the difference. Pierce scored more, and he had more options too. So that's the difference. But some things that they did statistically, um, Pierce got him as far as dimes go, but certain other things, and of course the 3-point, that's pretty much like I said before. But Jamal Wilkes was a bad dude. I mean, if you got a chance to see him play, you know exactly what I mean. He was bad in college and he was bad in the pros. The cat was smooth with it. Because if George Gervin was the Iceman, then Jamal Wilkes got to be his sidekick or his body double. I mean, I don't think people understand. This cat shot some real smoothest shots that you could imagine. It was tailor made, you know. And when you get the name Silk, that that you don't usually associate that with a dude, especially with a basketball player, but it fit him. I mean, he was something else with it. Um, it's a good debate. And one thing about these debates before people get all tummy hurt and go "Ooh," is that you got to put things in perspective because I have to take the eras and the times, but then I also got to go with the mind, what I remember. And I do believe that Jamal Wilkes had the same footing. Now, again, Pierce was up high on the pecking order because he was more of a leader or what he led the Celtics. But Jamal Wilkes was a big time contributor. But still, if I just take the stats, it's not that they would be in way more proximity, especially if Jamal was healthier. And when you put the advent of the 3-point line and more offensive oriented, it's not that far off. It really ain't. But anyway, let me know what you think. Jamal Wilkes versus Paul Pierce. Who do you think was a better basketball player, small forward? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments. And I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like and hit that membership because when you do requests like this come true, and this was a really good request because I had to also think when I remember Jamal playing and then looking at the numbers and certain things, I was like, that's not that bad. All right. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm my peace.